Good morning. It is Sunday, January 1st, 2023, and it is 6:32 a.m. in my locale. 72 degrees. There is a fog advisory. That's what's going on today. Um, but I have to work, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's reach over here so we know what we're doing. Because gosh, we wouldn't know what we were doing without running right down. And of course, I've already done my very late workout, so I've already taken care of that. Still, something I haven't shared with all of you. When I was young and stupid, now that I'm old and stupid, I did some damage to this left shoulder right here, so I have to keep working on that. After I talked to you guys, I did some cleanup, and we went to bed about 9. I didn't sleep 100%. Kept waking up, soreness in my hands. Don't understand why. Probably because I was working with my hands all day yesterday. Shoulder problems, back here on my 8th vertebrae, which I can only assign to I was sleeping funny. I don't know what else to tell you. All right, so let's say we go for our daily Zen poem, which is a special one because they put it up yesterday. And it says, "Fine snow falling, flake by flake, each flake falls in its own proper place." And that's Pang Yun, which is a really nice statement after our New Year's Eve special, which I'm sure some of you were very, you're reaching out and you were saying, "Are you okay?" Or, "Hey, I really hope you," and "Hey, I really hope too." But, understanding when things are in your control and out of your control is when you start getting older. And let's face it, I'm getting older. That's one of the things that's not in my control. I can do only what I can do. And then at that point in time, then it has to be picked up by somebody else. So let's hope that somebody takes a look and picks it up. All right, so let's go right over to our daily room pull. What a beautiful one to pull for the first day of the year. Okay, that's the gauze. We've pulled this one before. Breakthrough Transformation Day. It's the final room belonging to a cycle of initiation. You draw it, there's a major shift or breakthrough in the process of your self change. And it's a complete transformation in your attitude. It's a 180-degree turn. For some, it is so radical that they can no longer continue to live ordinary life in the ordinary way. Yep. Because the timing is right, the outcome is assured, although not from the present vantage point predictable. In each life, there comes one moment which is recognized and seized, will transform the course of that life forever. Yep. Rely therefore on radical trust. Yep. Through the moment that may call you to leap empty-handed into the void. With this rune, your warrior nature reveals itself. A major period of achievement and prosperity is often introduced, and the darkness is behind you and daylight has come. However, as always, you are reminded not to collapse yourself into the future or to behave recklessly in your new situation. A lot of hard work can be involved in a time of transformation. Undertake to do it joyfully. Well, again, I think that's beautiful for our first of the year pull. Maybe that's the right thing. You're at that doorway, right? Doorway. And that doorway is the area where you are going to cross over that vestibule, that passage. Maybe you've got a thought process that needs to be turned around. Maybe you've decided today is the day I'm going to, and you put it into practice. Today's the day that you say, you know what? I haven't called this person, or I haven't spoken, or I'm going to, and you take those necessary changes, mainly for yourself, because remember, you're with yourself all day long. And yeah, I think that's really cool. It's a little sad when I pull those types of things because it means that I might have to embrace something, which is I may have to change my thought process on that very important thing we talked about last night. And unfortunately, fortunately for everybody else, I'm not there yet. And if I'm doing it right, I'll never get there. So we'll see. Oop, wait a second. Come here, buddy. Mr. Upside Down. Mm. Obligatory case of you with a snort and a yawn. And another snort. He's getting ready to eat in a minute because I have to be to work by 8:30. Thank you. Which means I have to leave here by 8-ish, and it's about 6:38, so we have plenty of time. I know I'm going. You're going back down to warmness. Warmness. Go ahead. Go to warmness. Shakes off. All right. So there's our daily message. Yesterday we did our look back. Good stuff, bad stuff. We did our look back. Today is our look forward. Okay, we've crossed that doorway. Let's look forward. What are we looking forward to? If you have a health state, physical or mental, we're looking forward to healing and better management, if not elimination, of those issues. If you have a work issue, we're going to look toward being the best person you can at work and not letting the minutia drag you down. And if you're having a problem with a person at work, maybe their thought process will resolve. And if it doesn't, well, we've all had this talk. How do you manage your stress? You either eliminate, minimize, or manage. What that means to you is what that means to you in your particular space. If you're having a relationship issue, maybe it's your time to be the person that opens the door up and says, we're having a relationship issue. The other way is also true. Maybe it's time, if you're having a relationship issue, instead of leaving that door open and having to clean up all the junk, maybe your answer is to shut the door. Say, you know what? I need to live my life in such a way for me, not cleaning up after somebody else. Yeah, that may have happened to me too. It's not easy. We're talking about opening and closing and doing things and changing your attitudes. It's not easy when people aren't on the same page. We don't want them thinking exactly like us. We just want them to be like-minded. It doesn't. You don't have to agree with everything everybody says. You do have to understand that if there's some wisdom there, whether you are happy with it or not, it's an important thing to hold in your mind. And this is going to be, by my estimation, again, I don't have a crystal ball. Actually, I used to have a crystal ball. I don't have a crystal ball anymore. What we went through last year is going to be worse this year. Doesn't sound like a sunny side up approach. However, we do have something that's important to us, and that is we do have the power of no. If you didn't like how it worked out last time, don't put up with it this time. Say no. And you might have to be a little forceful about it. I'm going to say it's right thing to be kind to people and animals. However, I'm also going to say that random acts of kindness create anxiety. And there are a lot of angry, anxious people out there. Your hand out of kindness may create a larger hazard for you. So I hope that you have what Patara calls the discernment to know when to get involved and when to leave it alone. But today, what I really want for everyone is to, if you have to work like me, cool. If you don't have to work like me, today might be a good day to realign, reorganize. Today might just be that day that you just take everything out of the kitchen, drawers, throw it on a table, wash the drawers out, and then put everything back thoughtfully. See what you really need and what you really don't need. You can always take those items you don't need and put them in a box and use them for barter, or you can donate them. But you do need to remove them in order to get to the point where you are living a more effective and streamlined life. And that's really the big message for 2023. How can we put forth effort in ourselves, in our things, in our living spaces, with our relationships to live a much more effective life? You know, maybe for me, it's always going to be I'm missing a left arm here. It doesn't always have to be that way. You know, I could just be bebopping around the kitchen, making rice or doing something, and the phone will ring. I'm not going to lose sleep or effort over it. But when it rings, I guarantee it'll only be one ring. Treat the people you love one ring. That's it for me. I got to get in the shower and feed the big guy. Still foggy out there, but I already watered my plants, so I think we're going to be okay. So I'm going to say, have a great day. Remember, transformation. You're at that doorway. Don't let that opportunity go to waste. And have a good day.